We'll begin in BC, where many Fort Nelson residents have been out of their homes for over a week now. But some say the kindness of strangers has been remarkable.
What this community is doing for us is phenomenal.
Just even the people at the stores, they're just happy to see you and willing to offer help. I went and got an oil change yesterday. They gave me 50% off just because they knew I was an evacuee. It's awesome.
While light rain and cooler temperatures have slowed the wildfires, experts say Fort Nelson is not out of the woods yet, and residents still need to remain out of their homes. And joining me is Rob Fraser, mayor of the Northern Rockies Regional Municipality, which includes Fort Nelson. Mayor, thank you for being here. What is the situation currently like with the Parker Lake wildfire?
So the weather has got that fire held in place, and the BC Wildfire Branch is all out on an offensive action to try to put that fire out. So the rain wasn't enough to put the fire out by itself, but they're out there with their air assets because they can see the hot spots now that the majority of the smoke is gone, and they can get right in on the hot spots with the helicopters.
So how large is the fire now, and how far away is it from the community?
So the front of the fire is down in the river valley. That's, close to 5 kilometers away from the community. But the eastern edge runs all the way along the Alaska Highway, anywhere from 1 to 2.5 kilometers from the community.
So the fire is moving away, you say? Is this a good sign for you?
Absolutely. As it moves further to the south and gets into the river valley and gets into poplar trees that are not quite so susceptible to heavy fire as spruce or pine, the outlook is good. And of course, the Wildfire Service will do everything they can to try to keep it there and put it out there, because if it jumps the river, then it starts going out towards the Fort Nelson First Nation, and we certainly don't want to see that happen.
Has there been any damage as a result of this fire?
Yes, there's been some damage. I think I'm free to report that 10 properties have been impacted, and that's why I'm in Fort St. John right now, is talking to those property owners to talk to them about the damage. And I hope you and your listeners will understand that that's sensitive, but as soon as I'm finished speaking with all the property owners, then we'll be able to start talking about some of the details of damage.
Now, many Fort Nelson residents have been evacuated for a week now. Any idea at this point when they'll be able to come back?
Yeah, it's still up in the air. We need a safety call from the BC Wildfire Service first. There are things that they'll be looking for to determine that it's safe for us to come to the community, but we're not out of the hot water yet. It's still dangerous, and we're going to do our best to put our action plans in place to bring people back to the community, so that when we do get that call, the time frame will be as short as possible.
Can you talk about the community support that evacuees are receiving?
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's one of the reasons I came down yesterday afternoon, was to get to a dinner that was being put on for evacuees from Fort Nelson and from the Doig River First Nation. And, it was fantastic. It was unfortunate the weather came up and sort of chased everybody away, but it was great. Good food, good camaraderie. People were getting an opportunity to visit with each other and talk to some of the folks here that the volunteers that put that dinner on. And, the compassion and love that the residents of Fort St. John, Dawson Creek, Chetwynd are showing for our residents is fantastic. I think we've cornered the market on awesome up here in northeastern British Columbia.
All right, well, that is our time. Rob Fraser, mayor of the Northern Rockies Regional Municipality, which includes Fort Nelson. We appreciate you and your regular updates. Glad to hear that the fire is moving away, and wish you all the best with the fight that you still have to do.
Thank you.